Hey everyone and welcome to the channel. My name is Ash and today I'm back with another review roundup covering a whole host of games across a variety of platforms. So before I jump in with the first review, I just want to say a quick shout out to the game that's currently on screen, which is SAS versus Flash Girl Balls of Steel. Now, the dev sent me the demo of this game. It's a very quick demo, only one level, but this is basically a retro throwback FPS in the vein of the Wolfenstein series. Positives so far, it's quite fun to play. It does have like wall running mechanics and stuff like that, so keep your eye out. It's from JMAA Games, and I look forward to seeing the complete game in the future. But let's jump in to the reviews, guys. Okay, the first game up is Hypershapes. Now, this is a really cool, frantic, minimalistic boss rush game developed by Blindshot Studio and published by Jandusoft. It was released on the 9th of February 2023, and my god, is it crazy, difficult, but extremely fun. So in this game, you basically have to work your way through a variety of levels with a very sort of minimalistic art style. You sort of control your, I say character, your little square, and you also have control of the Powerball, and you basically have to aim this around to defeat a variety of scenarios or boss stages. Now, it's all about sort of understanding your enemies' attack patterns and their weaknesses, avoiding like all of the sort of attacks, bullets, everything that's coming your way. Basically, it's frantic, it's quick, it is super difficult, but it's a really fun game. If you like sort of boss rush style games, you'll really enjoy this one. It's one of those games that you'll easily have fun with it, but it's extremely difficult to like master, and I love it for that. Now, it's priced at £4.19, so it's a low price game, and by the time you get through it, you'll have had a real good session. You may have broken a few pads by throwing them across the room because of the the like frustratingly difficultness of it. But like I say, it's one of those games where you play each stage over and over and over until you finally get it right, and then you can move on to the next one. So check it out. Like I say, it's playable on Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S. Okay, next up is Drop It Block Paradise. Now, this was released back in 2020, and it's developed and published by ZenFA Productions. And basically, this is a physics puzzle game where your goal is to get the stars from like on top of these blocks to the ground safely, and basically you have to sort of move and delete the blocks they're stood on, and that's sort of the main premise of it. It's all about the sort of physics, removing like blocks on a certain point to sort of make things tip in the right direction, and basically you want to get the star to the bottom without it falling off the screen. Now, the game features 150 levels in the main game, and then once you beat the main game, there are also an extra 70 levels of bonus levels that have been added as well, and there's also a level editor so you can make your own levels as well. So there's plenty of content. The only downside is there's no achievements on this game, which is a shame. It's playable on Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S and PC, and it's priced at £2.49. So if you do like those sort of physics games, I definitely recommend checking this out. It's just a shame there's no achievements for the achievement hunters out there. Okay, the next game I played this past month was Lonesome Village. Now, this was released in November 2022, and it's developed and published by Ogre Pixel. And this one was an absolute joy to play. So this is basically a non-combat sort of relaxing, chill puzzle game meets life sim. So in this game, you'll play as Wes the Coyote as you basically uncover the secrets and mysteries of the village of Lonesome, where basically all the villagers have sort of mysteriously vanished, and it's up to you to sort of save them and save the town. Now, you'll use your trusty magic like eyeglass to discover hidden secrets and solve puzzles to gain entry and ascend through the mysterious magic tower in the town. And basically you'll progress through this sort of one dungeon at a time, saving villagers from the tower and bringing them back to their homes. Now, once you've brought the villagers back, you can also build relationships with them, and you can build on the town, so you can earn land in the village and then build and customize your own house inside and out, as well as interacting with fishing in lakes, doing your garden and stuff like that. Imagine sort of Animal Crossing and Stardew Valley meets like a Legend of Zelda-esque game, but without combat, and that is what you're looking at here. It's really sweet, it's really cute, it's got a bright, colourful art style as you can see on the screen, and it's a joy to play. Now, it's priced at £14.99 on the Xbox console. It's playable on Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S, and it's optimised for Xbox Series X and S with 120 FPS and 4K resolution, and it also supports, smart delivery. Okay, next up is Pocket Witch. This was released on the 15th of February 2023, developed by Naoka Games and published by East Asia Soft Limited. It's usually priced at £4.19, but at the time of this recording there's still 7 days left to get it in its launch sale at £3.35. So in this game you help a little witch escape a deadly dungeon that they've been trapped in, and it's described as a precision platformer. So basically you've got to do a lot of jumps, double jumps, dashing, avoiding traps, spikes, enemies to get a key to progress to the next level. Now, each of the levels are single screen levels, so they're not super long and super difficult. If you die, you just restart the level over, so it's more just about getting used to the sort of precision platforming aspects of it. Now, the game is a very easy 1000 gamer score. You can get the full 1000G within about an hour, depending on your skill level. The game features 2D sort of retro-inspired pixelated graphics. It's very bright, colourful, with a little bat following the character around. It's really sweet. And like I say, there's a whole host of things you have to avoid. There's sort of enemies with knives that run at you. There's enemies that sort of fire magical weapons at you. There's the spikes. There's like acid that fires the balls out of acid. It's very similar to like the lava pits in Sonic the Hedgehog. And it's a fun little game. Sometimes the controls are a little finicky on some of the more sort of precision sections, and can be a bit frustrating, but because you can just sort of restart, it's not the end of the world. And yeah, it's a fun little game, and it's a low price, so you're going to get, like I say, a good 1000 gamer score out of it pretty easily. It's also playable on Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S, optimised for Series X and S with 4K resolution and 60 FPS, and it also supports smart delivery. Okay, next up is Kiss the Demiurge. Apologies if I've pronounced that wrong, I'm terrible at pronunciation, but it's a visual novel game that's developed and published by Yuri Eureka, and it was released in December 2022 on PC. Now, this is a dramatic Yuri visual novel about magic, delusions and love, and it follows the story of a girl with magic powers who's basically been tasked by a secret society to keep magic hidden from the world. And she feels intense feelings for other girls, but has sworn off love to dedicate her life to her mission. And she basically views herself as little more than a tool of the secret society. So one day she discovers a magic club while she's investigating a high school, and it's made up of 3 delusional girls who believe that they have magic powers of their own. And this girl you're playing as is like gets mad because of this, by the very sort of idea of this club, and she goes to the school, transfers over to it to infiltrate and destroy the club basically. And as with all these sort of visual novel games, she ends up falling in love with the girls of the club, and she's forced to question her mission and ideals. Now, this game features 3 romantic routes. about 165,000 words, and there's only one choice in the game, and yeah, I prefer games with a bit more choice to them. Like I say, it's not a bad game at all, like story-wise and stuff. Now, it is pretty dark, so like this game does have heavy references to mental health issues, sexuality, and suicide. Like I said, there's lots of sort of suicidal content in this, so take that in mind. I wouldn't recommend it, but it does involve like multiple instances of like deliberate self-harm and stuff like that, and all sorts of stuff that aren't ideal for everybody. So definitely check it out and read up on it prior to playing it yourself. Now, the game's priced at $4.99 on Steam, and there is a demo available for free, so check it out. Like I say, it may be your cup of tea. It has lots of sort of original art, which I do like. It looks like all the characters are unique, and the backgrounds have all been sort of like hand-drawn and stuff, so fair play to them for that. There's a lot of story to it. You'll get like a lot of content out of it if you are one of these visual novel sort of lovers. Plenty of hours to get through it. Like I say, it's a very sort of decent game if you just sort of let it play out and sort of read along to the story. Okay, and last up we have In Extremis DX. Now, this was released in November 2022, developed by LND FRR and published by Cubite Interactive. Now, this game is a awesome shoot-'em-up game. Was originally released on Steam just as In Extremis back in 2016. It's now getting an upgrade and it's being ported to like Xbox and other consoles. And in this game, it's a sort of challenging and provocative shoot-'em-up about finding yourself in the chaos of the universe. So, you know I love my shmups. I'm always down for a good shoot-'em-up. And this brings sort of like classic shoot-'em-up action with new ideas, whilst also being accessible to newcomers. So, it takes sort of inspiration from sources such as centuries-old mysticism, as well as contemporary pop culture, and it's a weird one, but it's a fun game. Now, the game features a variety of stages. Each one has their own unique visual aesthetic and distinct set of mechanics. So you'll fight through like the domains of war, sex, nostalgia, fear, melancholy, etc., etc. There's a variety of different weapons that you can have and you can mix and match, as well as an eclectic soundtrack from sort of jazz to electronic jams, piano ballads, and then like trippy psychedelic rock. So it's a bit of everything basically. Now, it also has a mysterious narrative, as well as numerous secrets and surprises that you can find. Now, it's a weird one, like I say, but it's a really fun shmup. Like I say, the way the soundtrack fits really nicely with all of the different like levels is great. It's one of those sort of shoot 'em ups you wouldn't expect to be fantastic, and if you looked at it from a distance, you'd be like, oh, it's just another shmup, but it's actually really, really good. And like I say, it's been sort of made to look nicer on the Xbox. It does also feature 2-player local multiplayer as well. Variety of obviously different environments and different bosses to fight through. Really, really cool. And it's priced at the very, very, very sort of fair price of £4.19 on Xbox. So it's playable on Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S. And like I say, I'm anyone's for an interesting shmup. And just the fact that some of these levels, the variety in the styles and the look. Now, it's not the most detailed of environments and stuff like that, but the way each of the environments is sort of unique with their own sounds and everything, instead of just being generic space shooter, make it worth your time. So definitely check this one out from Cubite Interactive. But that's that for this video, guys. Like I say, what do you think to all these games? I've gone through a whole variety this time, from shmups to visual novels to sort of puzzle games. Which ones have like been standout ones for you? Which ones are you not that bothered about? Is there any I should have been looking at that I haven't looked at yet? Let me know in the comments down below, and I will try and do as many reviews as possible. Like I say, we are powering on. We've got reviews every day pretty much of the week. Tons of content coming. We love checking out all these games, indie games, AAA games, whatever we can. We just love playing games. So if you're an indie dev or a publisher and you want us to have a look at your game, hit us up either in the comments, hit us up on Twitter, send us an email through the website, like I say, and we will take a look as soon as possible. But other than that, guys, thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed all these cool looking games. Hit that like, hit subscribe, and we'll see you very soon for more content. Bye for now.